Making an income allows you to help more people. You're less stressed out, you feel validated, you're making consistent income. If you come across someone who can't afford your services, then you can offer a discount. You can offer them free services.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Coach Tribe podcast. Today, we have with us the amazing Justin. Justin is a digital business coach that specializes in organic digital marketing, personal branding, and he mentors new entrepreneurs as unique individuals. Hello, Justin. We're thrilled to have you here with us today. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks so much for having me on. I'm excited to be here.
We're really excited to have you with us. Can you please tell us why should the audience listen to the episode today? What will they get out of it?
Well, if anyone listen in can get some amazing value, it would be how to have an authentic personal brand, how to make your first sales on social media, and how to not struggle where most starting coaches struggle, fail, waste time, money, and energy.
I think these are some pretty solid reasons for you guys to stick around and listen to what Justin has to say.
Definitely.
Okay, well, can you please tell me, Justin, what is the one thing that coaches, consultants get wrong when starting their online business?
Yeah, it's really easy actually to answer this because I've seen it a lot with clients and other people in the space that are trying to get their first paying clients. They overcomplicate things. They spend way too much money on things that they don't need. A lot of them get websites, they get funnels. The only thing you really need are some strong testimonials, an offer page that says exactly what you do and how you help people, what outcome you can deliver without a doubt. And that offer page can be in something as simple as a Google document. It doesn't even have to be in a website or on a landing page. After that, you need a scheduling link, something like Calendly, and you need a way to collect payments. That's all you need. So many coaches and consultants are wasting a lot of time and money on things that don't lead them to be profitable to getting their first paying clients. And one part of that is there are a lot of entrepreneurs out there who say they're there to help coaches and starting entrepreneurs, but they just want to sell you stuff. For example, if you connect with someone who designs websites and you're a starting coach, they're not going to tell you you don't need a website. They're going to sell you a website, even though that's not what you need. That's their business. So, my whole mode of operating is helping entrepreneurs, but especially coaches and consultants, to be profitable with less overwhelm, less resistance, to streamline the process so that they don't get frustrated and give up on their entrepreneur goals.
Got it. Well, from what you're telling us, it seems like all they need is Pensight to get started because it has that calendar link, it has the video calls, it has the website page.
Yes,
But
I thought about that. All right, for you starting entrepreneurs and coaches and consultants out there, what do you need? You need Pensight.
there you have it, in his own words. Okay, now, if I am to go even deeper into this topic, I want to understand, Justin, what do you see these people doing? I know you mentioned some things, and what are the things they really, really should focus on? Again, I know you mentioned some things, but I want us to be clear on what are the to dos when you get started and what are the things we can postpone.
Yeah, well, I would say the first thing, the most important thing to focus on is client delivery. Client delivery and market research. A lot of coaches and consultants that I speak to, they're not exactly sure who they want to help. They're not exactly sure who the ideal client is. They're not exactly sure the how. They just have it in them that they want to help people with a transformation, with an outcome. And they're more than capable, but they just don't take action. I would say to these individuals, especially if they're fine tuning their process, to do complimentary sessions with individuals. So you have that offer page, and that offer page is for your complimentary offer. In exchange for that complimentary offer, you are going to request a testimonial, a video testimonial, a written testimonial. So by getting these complimentary one off sessions out there, I suggest one off sessions because, again, If you're doing it at no cost because you're starting and you're not yet able to monetize your services, then you need some sort of exchange. A lot of coaches and consultants, they do things for free because they're trying to figure things out, but they don't get anything in exchange. So in exchange, what should you get? You should get a testimonial and some really good feedback and market research. And by helping more of these low paying clients or these clients that you're helping for free, you can begin to really identify what it is that you are helping with people and who your ideal client is. Because you're going to get a feel for, wow, that was a great session. I really helped that person through some things. That is more of my ideal client. And from the testimonials and the feedback, you're going to hear firsthand the transformation that you're able to provide. So I think a lot of coaches, I don't think, I know a lot of coaches and consultants, they overthink, they don't take action. The main thing is just getting out there and helping people, focusing on client delivery. And if you're at a point where you're trying to figure it out, you can do it complimentary, not free, complimentary in exchange for foundational assets that are going to help you build your business. And again, those foundational assets, testimonials, and really good market research.
I got it. And then can we go over those first pillars that you mentioned, the only things that you need to actually get started? You said
Mm-hmm.
even the offer in a Google Doc or
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Sure, sure. So the offer is pretty much just saying the solution, the outcome that you can provide without a doubt. I also feel that a lot of coaches and consultants and entrepreneurs in general, they focus so much on their title, the label, who they are, what they are. I'm a quantum healing coach. I'm a holistic wellness coach. People don't really care. They care about the outcome that you can provide. Honestly, I identify as a digital business coach, but people can call me whatever they want. I'm here to provide outcomes. I'm here to make sure that starting entrepreneurs make their first consistent sales online without stress or overwhelm. That's the outcome. So, an offer page is stating the outcome that you can deliver without a doubt. That's pretty much what it is. And again, just having it simply written. Google Doc, everyone has access to it. It's free. You can edit it. You can even export the Google Doc into a PDF, or you can just share someone the link. And that's all you really need to get your first complimentary clients or even your first paying clients after you collect some testimonials.
I really like this idea that you were saying, do a complimentary session where you don't do it for free, you do it in exchange for a testimonial, which will then
Hmm.
help you to define your own offer as well as gain that credibility. Okay, let's say we have this offer, we have an idea of what we want to do. How do we actually reach to those people? How do we get them come our way?
So, this is another thing that I teach my clients and I share with any entrepreneur. But it just so happens that when I have paying clients, they listen to my information a little bit more than when I give it out for free. But it's the same concept. It's that conversations about desired outcomes lead to sales. It's the exact same thing that I was talking to you before. You sell outcomes, you don't sell offers. You don't sell who you are or what you do as a coach. You sell outcomes. So, again, I want to say that one more time for people listening because a lot of people miss this. Conversations about desired outcomes lead to sales. So, how can you get your first paying clients? Have as many conversations as you can with people who are interested in the outcome that you can provide from your business. So, for example, I help starting entrepreneurs, struggling entrepreneurs. I heavily leverage Facebook. I think Facebook and Facebook groups are the best opportunity for getting your first clients or even not your first clients, just getting consistent paying clients. So, what a lot of people do wrong is they join a Facebook group and they post the details of their offer. People don't buy things the first time they see an offer. You have to establish know, like, and trust. In addition to establishing know, like, and trust, you need to make sure that people are having conversations with you about the outcomes that you can provide. So, my strategy right here, and this is some high level stuff. If you're listening to this and you're struggling getting clients, do this and you will begin to have conversations with your ideal client. And if your marketing or sales process is good enough, you will get paying clients. So what I do is I join a Facebook group, and right now I'm really helping coaches and consultants in the spirituality and wellness space. So I may join a Facebook group for that kind of coach or consultant. The first thing I'll do is think of a question to post in the group that is going to generate conversation about the outcome that my business can deliver. So, for example, I might post a question in a Facebook group that says, what is something that starting entrepreneurs struggle with? I'm not pitching, I'm looking to generate conversation with individuals. People comment on my post, and then the next thing I do is I ask follow up questions to go deeper into the conversation. Most individuals, they will use this strategy of posting a question, and when people respond, they'll say something like, "Oh, that's nice. Oh, great idea. Thanks for sharing." They don't ask further questions to make the conversation go deeper. Those conversations go deep enough and you share high value. Most people write a phrase or a sentence or a few sentences. I write high value paragraphs. People see that I'm someone who knows what they're talking about. They see that I'm someone who wants to engage in conversation with them about these outcomes. It's also social proof. People who are looking to have conversations with me, other people see those conversations too, and they may join in on the same conversation. And often, what happens is that if someone is really interested in the conversation, I'll make a comment. And I say, "Hey, I really enjoy chatting with you on this post, on this public thread. Do you mind if we continue the conversation one on one in the DMs?" Boom. I've slid in the DMs and we're continuing the conversation one on one. Next thing I'll do is I'll try to get them on a strategy call, see if they're a good fit for my services. And if they are, then I'll make my offer.
Yeah, I appreciate a lot this strategy, and putting in, let's say, that effort will only bring you results in the end. I know it's more time intensive and people just want that quick way to get those clients, but in the
Hmm.
end, I'm not sure if there's such a thing as a quick way anymore, at least in this times that we're living in. So I hope you all listened to heard I hope you all heard Justin, because what he shared is really also one of the strategies I've used to grow my own group a lot. So this works. Now, can you please tell us a bit more about that transition from the post itself and the comments to DMs, and how can you make that smooth without people, thinking that you want to sell to them? And also, do you, because you're gonna, let's say, not sell to them but ask them to jump on a call with you,
Hmm.
the end that you're trying to get to. How do you feel about that? Yeah, can you just explain us more about how's
Yeah.
the best way to go about that?
So, what I'm sharing with the audience, people listening in, is what I've learned and developed after several months to a year of doing it wrong. So I used to be one of those individuals on Facebook or on other social media platforms that would message you, and right out of the blue, I'd say, "Hey, you want to check out my link? You want to jump on a strategy call? You want to buy something?" And it was horrible. It felt wrong. I got no results, but that's what I was taught. You're not really valuing relationships with other individuals. And so, what I am all about, and what I strongly encourage to any individual out there, is just to have it in you that you're looking to make a connection. You're looking to help. You're looking to have a value exchange. That's the main thing, the value exchange. So, in the value exchange that I'm looking for, well, with you, Marie, it's no different. We connected in the chat. I was referred to you by someone. I didn't exactly know what the outcome was going to be, but I was looking for the value exchange. And now we're here on a podcast. I'm borrowing your authority, your space to share some of my message and my vision, and you're leveraging my information to provide new information to your audience, right? There's a very clear value exchange. What most entrepreneurs get wrong is they're not looking for a value exchange, they're only looking for a sale. And there's a lot of missed opportunity there. So when I'm having conversations with individuals, with people in Facebook groups, I'm not only looking for a sale. Of course, it's on my mind, but I'm also looking, how can I add value to this person? How can I add value to this individual? How can I help this person and their business? How can they help me? What is the value exchange? And sometimes conversations, it never leads to the desired outcome that I can share through my business offer. And if that's the case, then I never share my offer. It's a shame that right now, when you enter a conversation with a lot of entrepreneurs out there, especially if you're a coach or consultant, it's like you're a target. It's like you're walking around with a target sign on your back, like, oh, coach, consultant, I have so many things I can sell them. And they'll sell it to you no matter what. They'll try to sell it to you no matter what. So, my approach to what I feel is ethical and authentic sales is identifying that someone can truly benefit from my services because they're engaging with me in conversations about the outcomes that I can deliver with my business. And if they're open to it, then I'll share my offer. And if people say no, I say, that's fine. That's okay. I wish you well anyway. Like, you have a good mission, you have a good vision. I know you can help a lot of people. I wish you all the success. And one really bizarre thing is that the people who I am using this strategy and approach to, and even though I call it a strategy, it's just being a good human being. It's just wishing someone well if you're not going to do business together. The overwhelming response that I've been getting from using this strategy is, wow, you're like the one in the last 100 people that have respectfully taken a no for an answer. I'm like, wow, that's really bizarre. What do most people do? Because I don't know what other people do. I know what I do. Most people stop talking to me. Most people say something offensive. Most people get offended that I don't want to take them up on a strategy call or I don't want to check out their offer. And I just think it's a shame. It's unfortunate. So to go back to what you're saying, how do you transition from a post to the DMs, a public Facebook group to a one-on-one chat, transitioning that into a sales call, strategy call? Well, one thing is you're leading by questioning, right? How can you have really good conversations? Well, you know, Maria, you're doing it right now. You ask really good questions. That's how you have awesome conversations. So, by asking the right questions, by engaging an individual in a conversation related to the outcome that you can deliver, it gets to a natural point where it makes sense where, hey, you know, it seems that you're still struggling to figure out your organic marketing. Would you want to jump on a call with me? Complimentary call, no strings attached. We can talk for 30 minutes and I hope to provide you with a lot of value. If I do provide you with some amazing insights and you'd like to know what it would be like to work with me further, then we can talk about that. And if not, that's okay. I guarantee you'll get some awesome strategies. That's how I go about it. And not only does it work, it just feels right. For me, it feels right.
And I think it's so important and empowering to feel right. You know, I think so many of us are dealing with imposter syndrome, and for something to feel right, that really, I guess, makes a difference. Also,
Mhm.
in your communication, the energy, the reasoning for you to be there, you know, you don't feel like you're going to sell them something or trick them into something. No, you genuinely think you can add value to them, and that makes that mindset change makes a big difference in the outcomes as well. Now, I just wanted you, Justin, to repeat one more time the sort of script that you use when you invite them to the call. It doesn't have to be word by word. I just
Right.
want
Yeah.
us to listen to that again.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. I can share that with you. So I can share the overall strategy of it, and then I can use an example based on what I've used many times with great results. So it's an invitation, and it's an invitation once you have clearly identified that someone is interested in the outcome that you can provide with your business. And for me, for example, it's I can help you leverage organic marketing to get consistent clients. Like, that's the outcome. So once I've identified that with someone, then I will politely invite them to jump on a strategy call with me. Because again, it's all about the conversation. We started the conversation in a Facebook group, then we're one on one in the DMs. The next level of that conversation is to have a face to face live on Zoom or using another web conferencing platform. And just being aware that they may say no. And if they say no, that's all right. They may be a client later. They may not be a client, but maybe they're a brand supporter because they like your style and they like your authenticity. Maybe they'll refer someone to you because your reputation is not only buyers, It's everyone. It's competition. It's people that don't buy from you. It's people you try to sell to. And if they do take you up on jumping on a call, of course, you're going to provide high value. You're going to qualify them, see if they're a good fit for working with you. But if not, you don't you don't be mean about it. You just do what you can to wish them well, like a nice goodbye. Like, hey, I wish you well. Reach out to me if there's something I can help you with, and just being genuine about it. One thing that I also do is to make sure that someone knows if they jump on a call with me, there's absolutely no way they can lose. It's a win-win. Like, hey, jump on a call with me. Let me provide you with some amazing strategies, some tips that can help you in your business. And if you want to talk with me further about what it's like to work with me more exclusively, then we can talk about that. And if not, I guarantee you'll get some amazing value. So that's pretty much it. Um, yeah, I kind of interlaid them, the strategy and what I would say. But I think that's a very good approach, and it's been working really well for me. And I've done this with individuals who initially don't become clients, but I keep conversations going with them. And months later, several months later, some of them do become clients. So it's also good business where to be rude, to dismiss a conversation, to not get a sale from someone from a conversation. I mean, you don't want to burn bridges because they are still potential clients. They are still potential clients, but only if you're nice.
Yeah, this all makes sense. And now, because I get the idea that you've had lots of this conversation, to get into even more detail, how long does it take to you from that switch to the DM to actually invite them to the call? Is it literally a couple of replies? Is it a day, a week, a month? Do you put some time on it, or what are you looking after?
Hmm. That's a really good question. So every individual is different. Like I said, I've had individuals that I've had conversations with on Zoom and in chat for months, almost a year before they end up being paying clients of mine. And I've also talked with individuals where they convert to being paying clients within days. So it really depends. I think the main thing is that you really understand what they want to get from working with you, and in the conversation you're having with them, you without a doubt share with them that you can deliver on your guarantee and your promise. So as soon as you're able to do that, then you have a client conversion. Then you have a paying client. And it depends for different people because sometimes people are just not ready to work with you when they first meet you. Sometimes it's about them and it's not about you. I would also say this is a really good one too, and I learned this one from my business coach. So if you're tuning in, listen up because, like I said, I'm here to help struggling entrepreneurs, especially coaches and consultants, to make more sales and to to help your clients, right? Like, sure, money's great. Everyone wants to be profitable. I hope if you're listening to this and you're looking to get more sales, it's because you're helping people with some awesome and amazing transformations. And if you're not, well, just ignore these strategies because I don't want you to use them. Anyways, that said, there's this one concept called the 7 hour rule. And the 7 hour rule means that for any offer that is more or less high ticket being something $1,000 or more, and my coaching, my programs, they are high ticket. So I stick with this also. To get a conversion from a paying client, you want to stack as many hours of high value content as you can. And the closer to 7 hours you get, the more likely you are to get a sales conversion. So these individuals that are messaging you in your DMs, they're doing it completely wrong. They haven't even provided minutes of valuable content and they're trying to sell you something. So what I do is I'm strategically stacking hours of high value content. If someone engages with some of my posts in a Facebook group, that is stacking minutes that they've spent engaging with my brand. If I jump on a discovery call or a strategy call with someone, that's an hour of even more high value content. If someone watches a live I've done in a Facebook group, that's stacking those hours of content. So, how do I get more sales conversions and more client conversions? Strategically stacking as much high value content as I can. Another thing I'll do is that after someone books a call with me, a strategy call, discovery call, I'll send them links to trainings I've done already relevant to where they're at in their business journey. I'll also send them case studies and testimonials. I'll send them blog posts I've written. So, in between the time that I get them to schedule that call and I actually have that call with them, I am strategically stacking those hours of content. So, to answer your question, how do you convert? Is there a time frame? It depends on everyone. The more you understand your ideal client, you identify what they're really struggling with, you guarantee you can deliver without a doubt. And also, the more high value content you can deliver, stacking those 7 hours, the faster you're going to have a client conversion.
The Code Tribe podcast is powered by Pensight. I want to take this opportunity to tell you more about Pensight and how much value it can provide you and your coaching business.
Pensight is an all-in-one platform for coaches and educators that enables you to quickly and easily build a highly credible page and sell your knowledge with one-to-one sessions, group coaching, courses, Q&As, digital products, and bundles. Payments, scheduling, video calling, client communications, and everything else is taken care of.
All it takes is 5 minutes to set up and it's free. It's the smartest way to kickstart your coaching business. Sign up to Pensight today at pensight.com.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this with us. It's really useful now that I think about it. And if you think about it, whenever you find a cool strategy like this, and you look at other successful people, you start to see that they're doing that already. It's just that you have to hear it yourself to then be able to see what they're actually doing. And in the end, as you're saying, it's all about value, and it has to come from a good place because people do feel that. Now, anything else that you want to tell those coaches who are just getting started or consultants? What is something that they need to know before they leave this episode?
Well, I think you can tell from our conversation that I am a coach, I am an entrepreneur that really values relationships. I would say that I'm more on the nurturing side. And like I mentioned before, a lot of my clients right now are in the wellness space, or they're in the spirituality space, or they're in the personal development space. They're very, very good at care and nurture and client delivery and customer experience, but they're actually quite bad when it comes to marketing and sales. And to talk a little bit more about different kinds of energy, I think a good and successful entrepreneur has a very good mix, a good balance of feminine and masculine energy. That client delivery, that care, that nurture is more that feminine energy. And the marketing, the sales, the getting paid what you feel you're worth is more that masculine energy. Right now, I actually have more female clients who naturally have more that nurturing energy because they are females. I would say that if you're a coach or consultant and you identify as someone who's more heart centered, you value relationships, it's about people more than profitability. I'm going to say that you really need strong systems and processes to make sure that you're profitable, because a lot of these entrepreneurs that, again, embrace their feminine energy, they're heavy on care, they're also very intuitive individuals. And intuition's great because that's how you really care about people. You use your feeling, your intuition to serve them in the way that they need to be served. But intuition has nothing to do with KPIs. It has nothing to do with critical daily action tasks that you need to follow along to be profitable. So I would leave with that. I would say if you're an entrepreneur, find that balance between nurture, client delivery, marketing and sales, and also make sure you do your daily critical action tasks. Make sure you find someone who can help you figure those out. Because if you just run on intuition, and some of my clients are into the spirituality space where they say, I believe in abundance, my clients will find me. I believe in the law of attraction, and I think to myself, and I say this to them too. Yeah, sure, that may be true, but you also have to do your KPIs, and you also have to be visible, and you have to be consistent on social media for them to find you. So that would be one of the most important things, and the last things that I would leave to any coach, any consultant, starting or not starting. Like, find that balance between marketing and sales and client delivery, and find that balance between intuition and nurture, and sticking to a routine that's going to help you to be profitable.
I love this, love this. And now, can you tell us in short what specific steps this heart-centered entrepreneurs that would like to help anyone for free if they could, what can they do to actually focus a bit more on profitability aspect of it?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And it's one that I've been discussing a lot because it's interesting. I'll share this with you. My business coach right now, I have more than one, but the one that I'm talking to the most right now is all about systems. He's all about processes. He's all about scaling. He's told me that I should look for a different niche because this niche is not going to lead me to be very profitable. He said, you know, this niche, these coaches and consultants in the spirituality, personal development space, these heart centered entrepreneurs, like, Justin, come on, I'm here to help you make money. Like, these individuals are not here to make money; they're here to help people. That means it's going to affect your profits. And my response was like, you know, it feels right now. So that's who I'm going to help. Like, profitability isn't my main goal right now either. I know they're struggling with profitability because they're very heart centered. So I'm going to help them because I understand their pain points. And when I first started my business, I really struggled to charge for my time. So their struggles are actually my struggles. And that's why I know how to help them. So for these individuals who are giving away lots of free sessions, lots of free workshops, they're feeling bad about charging, you owe it to yourself to get paid your worth, to get paid your value. You offer free services for too long, you attract the wrong kind of client. It becomes a pattern. And the more you do it, the harder it becomes to break. And the individuals who are not willing to pay you for what you feel you're worth, they're also not going to value what you're giving to them as much as if they're paying you. It's like what I said. I say the same things that I'm sharing with you right now in this podcast to paying clients and to people in free lives or in free content. The people who digest and receive this information at no cost, they don't implement any of it. So it's the same thing. If you're someone who really cares about others and you're relationally driven, you owe it to yourself to be profitable. And also, being profitable and making an income allows you to help more people. You're less stressed out, you feel validated, you're making consistent income. If you come across someone who can't afford your services, then you can offer a discount. You can offer them free services, but it's not the standard. You have more control to benefit and help the individuals who don't have a lot of money when you're making money. And I think that's a healthy way to go about it. And getting paid your worth, you can also invest more into your business. You can maximize the benefit of your services. You can invest in nicer software, nicer platforms for your community members to plug into. You can invest in like Basecamp for $100 a month, or you can invest in Pensight for a better client delivery, right? But you can't do that if you're taking on free clients all the time. So I would say that if you're in that phase of offering free services because you identify as an entrepreneur that cares and wants to help people, I get it. I've been there. I've been talking to a lot of individuals like that too. You owe it to yourself to value what you do enough to get paid for it, and getting paid for it is going to allow you to help even more people. So that's what I would say.
Mm-hmm. And it totally makes sense. And now, specifically, should these people that maybe don't have an idea now how to do that, what can they do? Should they start to learn how to build this system themselves? Can they find a coach? Many times, maybe they cannot afford the coach. What should they do in that case? So, my question to you is, how do they actually do this? Let's say they all agree with what you're saying now, but they still don't know what to do next.
Yeah. Well, The easy answer would be to send me a message, get in touch with me, contact me. I'll share with you as much valuable and complimentary information as I can. And another thing is that I do really feel it is important to work with a coach, to work with a mentor, to work with someone who has been where you've been, but also someone who has the same values as you. A lot of people are working with coaches and are hiring individuals based on their case studies or their social proof or the results they've gotten other individuals, not based on their values. So if you're looking to work with a coach, which I highly recommend because the right kind of coach can help you with these kinds of things. I'm only one coach. I can only help so many individuals at once. But if you're looking for a coach, if you need help with this, systems and processes, streamlining your marketing and sales, getting your first paying clients, find a coach who has definitely been where you've been. They've had the same struggles and they have the same values and they have a vested interest in your success.
Well, thank you so much for this. And I hope you all heard Justin and you know what to do now. Drop him a
Yeah.
message or
Mhm.
just try to find someone who you think is a good fit for you. Now,
Mhm.
one last question for you, Justin. Talking about people who are just getting started, it doesn't always go the way that we want. We don't become profitable in maybe the first month, the second month, for some of us, even maybe 4 months, 6 months, maybe even more. And that can also be a problem when we have a partner that, they are not putting up with our new passion for much longer. I know cases where maybe the partners do not allow these coaches to invest anymore into coaching programs or certifications. And I wanted to ask you, how should these people that, they face this resistance or they've been trying for a while and they don't really see results, how can they deal with this situation and what should they do about it?
I feel like this question is almost specifically for me because I am one of these people whose wife and his partner doubted him and he almost gave up on himself. So I can definitely speak to this. It's a topic that is very close to my heart and I know it is a very personal issue for a lot of struggling entrepreneurs out there also. I would say that if you're a starting entrepreneur, starting coach, starting consultant, it is an incredible opportunity. You can get paid for your value. You can define what the value is that you want to offer others. And if the results are there, you can get paid your full worth, right? You're not trading your time for money, but it does take some time to get consistent paying customers and clients. So, with that said, I feel it is very important to not quit your full time job, maybe do it part time. Make sure you have another source of income if your family is dependent on it, if you are dependent on it. If you're not consistently making money from your entrepreneur endeavors, don't remove all your other sources of income. That is one suggestion I have. And I actually didn't do that, which is why I really recommended it because I was teaching English online, teaching business English to adults around the world. And I really thought that my business was going to take off. And at the time I was doing high ticket affiliate marketing. Well, it didn't. I struggled. So the next thing you know, I'm digging into my savings, I'm selling my cryptocurrency, I'm borrowing money from my family, and it's just a horrible feeling. And my wife started to say things to me like, Justin, are you going to go back to teaching? Are you going to consider going to be a school teacher again? Because like the money's not coming in. She just didn't believe in me, and I had invested in thousands of dollars in programs and coaches that didn't help me to be profitable at all, which is why I'm so passionate and so motivated to give such beneficial advice. Like, even if people don't work with me, it doesn't matter. People deserve success and profitability no matter what. And again, I'm only one coach. I can't help everyone. So to give people suggestions on how they can find the right coach, I feel it's the ethical and the right thing to do also. So that said, I would say part of being a successful entrepreneur, part of that motivation for me, and I've gathered that it's also the motivation for a lot of people. You just got to keep on doing it to prove people wrong. Like I had to prove my wife wrong. I had to prove my partner wrong. Now it's 6:30 in the evening here in Thailand, maybe 7 p.m. My daughters are downstairs playing with my wife and she says, "It's okay. You go do that podcast because I know you're working hard." Like she's validating the effort that I put in because I busted my butt to make it happen. I didn't give up. So I would say that don't quit whatever you're doing to gain a stable income if you're not yet profitable. And if your partners or your family or friends are doubting you, well, you just got to keep on doing it because you got to prove them wrong. You can't give up and all of a sudden they're right and you didn't make any money and you did invest in things that didn't bring an ROI. And also, you just owe it to yourself to keep on going, right? That's also why it's so important to invest in the right things. So I would say do your due diligence, find out what it's like to be on the other side. If you can talk to someone who's being coached by someone you're looking to be coached by, talk to them, talk to people inside a community before you buy a program. And also just get a really good feel for the values of the people behind any program from any sort of coach. I think that will be your saving grace because if their values are just making a lot of money, just run the other way. Don't work with them.
Well, this is incredibly useful, and I've heard this from multiple people that say don't jump straight into it, have not a backup plan, but if you can do it part-time, that's the best way to get your feet wet, get used to the industry, know what's expected from you. And a quick side note for those of you who want to learn how to make this happen part time, I have an episode exactly on this with Sarah Burrows. So if you search for the Coach App podcast, Sarah Burrows, you can learn how to set up your coaching business part time. Lots of insights there as well. Well, Justin, this has been incredibly valuable. I thank you so much. I thank our audience for sticking till the end. I'm sure this was all worth it for them as well. I just want to ask you, where can people find you and what should they know about you, your offers?
Yeah, well, the best way to find me is on Facebook. My company, my brand is called Just Digital Growth. So you can go to justdigitalgrowth.com and you can find more of me there. And you can look up my name on Facebook. It is Justin Yip.
You heard him. As simple as that. And definitely go and just book that call with Justin. Try to try to discover resources that might help you in your journey. I'm sure there's a lot for you in there. And Justin also has a Pensight profile. I'm sure you can find all of his links there and socials and more about him. And that's pretty much it for today. Any last words for our listeners?
Yeah, I would say that I really do believe in human connection and relationships. That is something that has helped my sales and me to be profitable more than anything else. So, with the strategy call that Maria has mentioned, that there will be information to book a call with me, it is a strategy call. It's not a call where I'm going to change that strategy call into a sales call. It is a strategy call. If you do want to know more about what it's like to work with me as a paying client, we can talk about it only if you're interested and only if you have your permission to discuss that. So again, Maria, thank you so much for having me on this podcast. I hope I was able to provide some insight and information that's going to help some struggling entrepreneurs out there.
You definitely did, and we thank you so very much for it. Well, I wish you all a wonderful day and see you for the next episode. Have a good one, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this episode.
We'll be releasing every Wednesday, so make sure to
subscribe
and rate us 5 stars where you're listening to this show to give others a chance to discover it too.